Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're looking at a company called IntellDetect. They're based out in Tallinn, Estonia, and interestingly, many on their team are actually former athletes.
Yeah, that's a really key point. That direct experience in sports, it really shapes how they approach things. They're doing high-performance video and data analysis, mostly for basketball and football right now.
Bringing that player's perspective to the data, I guess.
Exactly. It's not just crunching numbers, it's understanding the game behind them.
Okay, so let's break this down a bit, especially if you're maybe newer to sports technology. What's the core problem IntellDetect is trying to solve for sports teams?
Well, think about it. Teams always need a better handle on their opponents, right? What are their strategies, their weaknesses? It's tough.
Sure. And scouting new players, too. That's always a challenge.
Definitely. Identifying talent, figuring out if a player will really fit, predicting their potential, that's hard stuff. Plus, teams are often just swamped.
Lacking the time or maybe the specific tools for really deep game analysis?
Precisely. There's so much footage, so much data. It's easy to miss things, miss opportunities for, say, player development.
Okay, so those are the challenges. How does IntellDetect step in? What do they actually provide?
They offer a few core things. It starts with performance data collection, really comprehensive tracking across lots of metrics.
Just raw stats?
Well, yes, but then, and this is crucial, they link it all through video analysis. So you see the stat, you see the play, the context, offensive plays, defensive schemes.
Okay, so you can visually confirm what the data is suggesting. That makes sense.
Right, brings it to life. Then there's the scouting side we mentioned.
Going beyond just the highlight reel.
Yeah, much deeper. Evaluating talent, forecasting future potential a bit, pulling together detailed reports, video packages.
And you mentioned custom analytics. What's that involve?
That's for when a team wants to focus on something really specific, like how effective is this particular offensive set? Or how does this player react in certain defensive situations? Really granular stuff.
Got it. So walk me through the process. Let's say I'm a coach. I have last night's game footage. What happens?
Okay, so you, the client, you'd upload that footage to their system. Pretty simple starting point.
And then IntellDetect takes over.
Yep. Their analysts, those former athletes we talked about, they get to work. They meticulously watch the footage, tag key events, players, actions, basically extracting all the relevant data points.
That sounds labor-intensive.
It is detailed work, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's their expertise. And they aim to turn it around quickly.
How quickly are we talking? Because coaches need info fast, right?
Oh, definitely. The standard is usually within, say, 12 to 24 hours. But for some services, they can even provide insights much faster, almost in real time sometimes.
Wow. Okay. That's impressive. Now, with all this data and analysis, how do you ensure quality? Accuracy must be paramount.
Absolutely. They put a big emphasis on quality control. They have internal checks, team leads with sports backgrounds overseeing things.
So experienced eyes are reviewing the analyst's work.
Right. Plus, they invest in training programs for their analysts to keep everyone sharp and consistent. And they have a feedback loop with clients.
So they check if the analysis is actually hitting the mark for the team's needs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about delivering what's truly useful. Their motto kind of sums it up. Highest standards only.
Okay.
And they also stress communication, like aiming for a 1-hour response time if a client reaches out.
That's pretty responsive. So zooming out a bit, what's the ultimate why for IntellDetect? What are they driving towards for these teams?
It's actually quite straightforward. Help teams win more. That's the bottom line.
Simple as that.
Well, the goal is simple. The how is through providing these deep analytics, efficient processes, and that expert human insight from the analysts. They believe this combination can lead to, a significant performance boost.
Making teams better through smarter insight.
That's the idea, giving them that competitive edge.
And who's using this? Can you give a sense of their clientele?
Sure. They work with other sports data companies. Names like SportLogic and Allegiant might ring a bell for some listeners.
Okay, so they're integrated into the wider sports tech ecosystem too.
Right. And they also work directly with teams, including some national-level teams in sports like hockey and basketball. It shows they operate at a pretty high level.
Got it. So to boil it down for someone just getting into this space, IntellDetect essentially uses detailed data and video analysis interpreted by people who really understand the sport to give teams a much clearer picture of their own performance, their opponents, and potential recruits, all with the goal of helping them perform better and ultimately win more games.
You've got it. That's the core value proposition. Understanding leads to improvement.
Well, that provides a really clear picture of what IntellDetect is bringing to the table in sports analytics. Thanks for walking us through that.
My pleasure. Good talking about it.
All right, that's all for this deep dive. Goodbye.